made money from dead people, scammed children multiple times. He has made fun of his best friend's religion, and you're paying taxes on a product from your salary, which is already deducted taxes from it. After paying taxes 2 times, more than $350 billion, bigger than Apple and Google combined. And these have the power to make every single decision in every single country of the world. Before starting this video, I request you to not watch this video if you have problems regarding to the information and facts, because for some people, information and facts can harm their thoughts. So do not watch this video if you have problems regarding with information and thoughts. As that being said, now let's get started with this video. Imagine you went to see a World Cup final match. You were very hyped for this match. You go there, these 2 teams come out and then they started playing. But you see they are not actually trying. One team is literally standing on one side, one team is just passing the ball. And eventually they score a goal, but other team doesn't even try. They try to do some tackles. They eventually do not actually play like a game, and they play like just standing there passing each other the ball, and then the game is over. Now actually you have watched a game, but have you actually watched a really good game, or you have watched a competitive game? Maybe you can see that this match was kind of fixed. They came out with this in mind before even starting the match. You see there is something going on, something shady is going on there. So you might have purchased tickets for a few $100s, or flown there to watch a full-on sporting event, or you might have just purchased a pay-per-view. In any of the cases, you are not watching a sporting event which is competitive. You are watching a fixed match which was pre-planned, and this is not what you have paid for. And exactly that happened on the 14th of October 2023 in a match called Logan Paul vs Dillon Danis. A fighting event, a boxing event where 2 fighters were supposed to fight, which came out to be a bit less dramatic than it was planned. They were actually pushing this fight for months and months on social media every single day. The tweets were flying every single hour. Insults was not even just to say a word for them. This was blatant disrespect towards one another, and even to the point of accusing Logan Paul's fiance of so many different things that I can't even say into this video. I don't want to be demonetized right now.
I'm gonna piece up Dillon Danis.
They're gonna see what a real fighter feels like. Man, it's easy money, to be honest. That's a little bitch, but then I'm used to fighting real fight. He's not ready for this.
Now this is something which was actually absurd, but it was entertaining at the time if you were following this fight, and you might be picking a side. But I was thinking, these 2 scammers, these are going to be fighting. And I'm not accusing anybody of scamming, but let me talk to you. Dillon Danis, who has landed a grand total of 16 shots into a 5-round boxing match. Imagine that, 5 rounds, 16 total punches. Logan might have landed around 100, but at the same time, Logan has unlimited opportunities to knock Dillon Danis out and have a great event. But he didn't. And why? Nobody knows. You saw this fight and you see this is the most boring fight of the century. Imagine landing 16 punches and getting a few $1 million for it, and getting beat up throughout the match but leaving with a ton of money. This is exactly what happened. This might have been a scam in itself. And on the other side there is Logan Paul, and he is no saint. He has made money from dead people, scammed children multiple times. He has made fun of his best friend's religion on podcasts just to make money. Slept with his brother's ex. It won't be a surprise to me if he makes money from his fiance's name right now. And this fight could easily have been a fixed fight, and nobody can bat an eye on this, because these 2 people are actually accused of scamming multiple times. And if you don't believe me, just go watch CoffeeZilla, and they even accepted their scams while podcasting before the fight. How funny is that?
Yo, you don't read contracts, huh?
No.
No, that's
I
what
get people to do that for me, buddy.
You
Not
got
like
caught
you.
for scamming. Where were those people when you got caught for scamming?
I didn't scam nobody. You were the
Oh
one-
yeah, you
I-
literally signed
yeah.
a contract that said I am agreeing to scamming my
You
audience.
pay your fans back.
Scamming
You pay your
Danis,
fans
huh?
back.
To prove
You bought that
yourself.
private jet with people's
And I'm
money.
rectifying my situation actively. You scammed your audience on 20 separate occasions.
20 separate occasions.
Community notes checked your ass, bro.
Okay, yeah.
Quote unquote.
I know.
Dillon Danis has also scammed his audience on.
Now before we talk about all these scams, Let me define scam according to the Cambridge University. A dishonest plan for making money or getting an advantage, especially one that involves tricking people. That means if you trick people in any kind of way or form, you are scamming them. So if you are telling people that you are going to be giving them a sporting event and you give them a fixed fight, doesn't that mean you are scamming? But somewhere from people use this same definition to talk about taxes, and by taxes I mean direct and indirect taxes. So basically, if you're buying a product and you're paying taxes on a product from your salary, which is already deducted taxes from it, are you paying taxes two times? No, these are two different taxes. These are direct and indirect taxes. Direct taxes you pay on your salary and income. On indirect taxes you pay on groceries and food items and every single product, and this money does go to directly to the government, and this is necessary for the development of a nation. But people say that you are paying taxes after paying taxes, and yes, it is what it is. You want to see it as a scam? No, you are getting something in return. You are getting development of your country, maybe good roads or something like that. So yeah, it is justifiable. If you are not getting something in return, now that's a scam. Let's talk about Apple, right? Your favorite iPhone comes from Apple, and you might say, dude, no, it's worth it. Apple does a ton of money on R&D and marketing and stuff. So let me give you a few figures that can justify my point. So Apple has spent around 97 billion, around $100 billion on the development and research on iPhone for the last 5 years. So now you can say, okay dude, look, the cost is justified. But every single year, Apple made more than $350 billion. You can cover 5 years cost in 1/3 of 1 year's revenue. This is how crazy this is. And you can say, oh dude, it can spend a lot in the marketing too. But remember that even if you calculate every single cost and you pay all the salaries to your workers, you are going to be leaving with more money on the table and more than half that you have spent. So the researchers or the scientists or the engineers are not getting paid much. Who are getting paid are the people who are on the top of the mountain. Now, isn't it a scam? No, maybe it is not a scam to us consumers. Maybe it is a scam to engineers, to the developers, to the marketing team, to the team behind the product who are not getting paid as much as they make money to the company. And this is true for every single company in the world. Okay, now you say, okay, $25 billion a year on R&D and whatnot, that's okay. But wait, let's talk about consumers. Because what is scamming us is the repair cost. Because in the Apple ecosystem, you cannot get anything repaired for the reasonable amount of money. And I'm not even joking. If you're going to be breaking a new iPhone screen, you have to pay multiple $100s. The same amount of money you can buy a new phone for. How crazy is that? Apple's repair costs are absolutely on high, and nobody else other than Apple can do the repairs. Thanks to the new DRM policies, as you can see, nothing in this world comes out of a scam. Speaking of bigger and bigger things, let's talk about religion. Now, before anybody cancels me for talking about religion, wait and listen. I'm not going to be talking about a single religion or multiple religions or religion as a scam. I'm talking about religion as a money-making industry. I'm not against religion, but I'm against the people who are making a shit ton of money from the name of religion. The godsmen, the business, the temples, the churches, the mosques, they are making insane amount of money. There was literally an article which said, in United States, religion is bigger than Apple and Google combined. Now, how crazy is that? And this is for USA, where religion is not such a big thing. Let's talk about India, let's talk about Middle East, let's talk about the places where religion plays an important role. There are tons and tons of godmen which are living billionaire luxury lives while telling everybody that they are the godmen, they are the saints, they are the sages, while living an ultra luxury life, telling people all the lies. This is where I think scams comes in. Religion is the way to tell anybody how to live a good life, how to live a peaceful life, rather than to make money from somebody's misery. And these people make money from everybody's misery. When somebody in the problem, They come to these saints and godmen and they are going to be taking all the money from them. This is what I say a scam is. And since we are talking bigger and bigger and bigger thing, let me tell you, everything that you see, every brand that you see, every company that you see is actually owned by a few companies. Just a couple of companies around the whole world. Not even one country, around the whole freaking world. So yes, I said it right. Only a few companies in this whole world own every single brand that you know. And not just brands or products, maybe even every single financial institution. Let me give you a couple of names. Blackrock and Vanguard. These two companies are asset management companies and these own every single company in this whole world or every single publicly traded company they have assets in. And let's not talk about just products, maybe every single financial institution too. So BlackRock is around $9.42 trillion and Vanguard is around $7.7 trillion. Not billion, we are talking about trillion, and Apple is just a 1 trillion company. So they have foot in like Apple, Microsoft, Google, maybe Facebook, Meta if you want to say that. Or when it comes to let's say pharmacy, we got Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson. Or when it comes to the biggest of the biggest technology companies from Nvidia, Intel, to Microsoft, to Tesla, every single company that you can name, they are in. And don't worry, I will leave a whole list of the companies down below. So imagine a couple of companies owning every single company in this whole world. And now you're thinking, dude, okay, who owns these companies, right? And there comes the big thing. The biggest investor in BlackRock is Vanguard. And the biggest investor in Vanguard is BlackRock. These two companies have invested in each other. One makes money, another makes money too. And it goes vice versa. Both of these companies get richer and richer and they own economies bigger than countries at this point right now. So imagine a couple of companies running this whole economics in the world. And these have the power to make every single decision in every single country of the world. Not just into United States, we are talking about this whole world. Maybe companies like McDonald's, they own it. Pizza Hut, they own it. Maybe when it comes to let's say India, multiple companies they have invested in. Financial institutions of Singapore to financial institutes of Canada. They have done every single investment in every single place. And let's say they have done $1 billion investment into one company. They can do 17,000 billion dollar investments into 17,000 companies. Now that's crazy. So this is a world that we are living in. Everything that you can see or feel, let's say this phone, is owned by a company, maybe being invested by BlackRock or Vanguard. This is where you cannot draw a line on what is scam or what is not a scam. You can say it is a fair business trade, or I can say it is a scam because you know nothing about who owns anything in this whole world. Maybe any single politician can be sponsored by these companies around the whole world, and maybe all the politicians are connected to forming something absolutely crazy that we know nothing about. So this is it for this video. Hopefully this has not disturbed you. Maybe you knew a lot of things. Maybe I have scammed you out of your time, which was absolutely crazy, because in this world you can make money but you cannot make time, and you have given me your valuable time. So this is it for this video. I will see you amazing people next time. Bye bye.